Hey guys, welcome back. So in this vid, it's a demon teaching information on an entity known as Amaymon. Let's start with the sigil. I'll jump straight into that. Okay, you can see it's not drawn the best. I'm not an artist, but the fact that we draw it for entity shows a sign of respect, and it helps us to get it into our muscle memory, which plays a part in invocation. So again, keep in mind, this is an initial invocation teaching, okay? If you'd want to reach out to this entity, and I'll get into some of his characteristics and attributes right now. But before I do, for those who don't know, I am predominantly a spellcaster, a spiritual teacher, occult teacher as well. So if you do need a spell for a specific thing, hit me up. I then give you a free 15-minute consultation to teach you your part, which means you can bypass initial invocation. Or if you need a consultation, whether it's chatting about trauma, accessing your higher self, learning more about entity or magic, healing techniques, relationship issues, want to learn more about occult knowledge, accessing your higher self, invocation readings, hit me up. I'm going to teach you, I'm going to guide you to the best of my abilities, okay? So getting into the entity Amaymon, it's a really short vid, there's not much to say, but let me start by saying he's not for beginners. I still teach his vids so that you can have more knowledge and access to more knowledge, which you are allowed to have, but he's not for beginners unless you work with a practitioner at first, which I do encourage you to do, to perhaps learn a bit more about how to invocate an entity that is like more on the harsh side in a protected manner, okay? Because I love teaching these things, I love helping people, but I also want you to do things as safely as possible, okay? So I showed you his sigil. You're going to draw that on an A4 page, not as big as that because you need space to write, okay? So on top of that will be his N, which is Agon Rega Amin. Agon Rega Amin. 2 black candles, which you'll place next to this handwritten petition. And on your handwritten petition, under the N, will always be words of welcome and praise. So praise entity with whatever words comes to you. Welcome entity into your presence and your home. Not into yourself, into your presence and your home. Thereafter, start introducing yourself and asking entity for presence, for favor, for appearance, for energy, whatever it is you need. But it's not a spell. It's basically like a first date. So treat the letter and wordings as an introduction period, okay, into yourself and what it is you are looking for. Basic offerings: wine, fresh foods. When I say foods, I literally mean any foods as long as it's fresh. Never let your offerings go rotten, okay? A little bit about him. He's known as and actually is a devourer, a demon of spirits, which means he's a master of many legions, which means he's extremely powerful, which is very beneficial to someone if you want to work with someone extremely powerful, right? He comes with immense all-around knowledge of self, knowledge of the occult, and power. So if you work with him enough, or petition him, or do a spell with him for power, personal power in business, he is massive for that, okay? And in that, and also massively so with protection work, for oneself, which you can obviously extend onto loved ones if that's your need. But again, so for power, knowledge, and protection, he's amazing for that. And for defeating your enemies, which goes hand in hand with protection. So if you need protection from someone as well, you can add protection spell for yourself, for example, with him, plus an attack if necessary and justified on someone trying to harm you. He does hit back extremely hard in that case. But again, please keep in mind, not for beginners, and do work with him respectfully, or hit me up for a consultation for a deeper teaching or a spell that you need, okay? But anyway, guys, be good or not. I do appreciate the likes and you sharing the vids, okay? Cheers.